Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, Bachelor Recap host. Let's get into it. All right, as we know, this video is about Michelle and Katie. Bachelorette Katie will be Bachelorette 17, and then Bachelorette 18, Michelle Young. 2 seasons for 2021. I tell you what, I asked you guys last video to share me some voicemails, so we're going to jump right into those voicemails. But let's play some happy music because we are about to have a blast of a season. All right, let's get to some voicemails here, folks. You guys know the number, you called in. Let's get right into it.
Hey, Dave, this is Carrie from Saybrook, Illinois. And I just wanted to say you do an amazing job. But also, I wanted to comment on the Michelle Bachelorette thing. She is amazing, and Matt really messed up. And that's all I got to say.
There it is. Matt really messed that one up. She's great. They're both great. They found some gold in there with Michelle. I mean, just real beautiful. Why wasn't she there at the beginning of the season anyway? I mean, she's so great. Let's go to New York City.
From New York, Dave, I love the fact that you didn't follow Reality Steve with this second choice and all that. Katie was the Bachelorette. She had the Bachelorette, and it was announced. And whatever happened after that, who knows why? This happened, this twist. But the twist is good.
Twist is good.
But let's not forget, Katie was the Bachelorette. She was the first choice. That's it. That's what I got to say. I don't know what went on after that, and I don't think you know either. And certainly Reality Steve doesn't, no matter what he says. All right, buddy. Keep it going.
Thank you so much. New York City calling in. I love a New York accent. And look, yeah, I mean, we don't know what it is. It's there's no competition, Michelle versus Katie. They're both great. They're both doing great things. Michelle is a teacher. We love that. We love that Michelle's a teacher. And like I said, that is an essential job. I don't care if it doesn't count as essential for the pandemic purposes, but she is molding the minds of the youth. And boy, is that a lucky student. I'll tell you what, lucky students to have Michelle there, Miss Michelle. But yeah, it's and then Katie, she shops at thrift shops. She uses her platform for good. She bought a home. She's not like your typical pageant queen. No offense to pageant queens, but Katie's marching to the beat of her own drum. All right, let's go to the next one here. Voicemails all day. Melissa from Florida. Let's check in with her.
Hi, Dave. This is Melissa from Florida.
Hi.
I'm just calling to say how excited I am to hear about this new news about Katie and Michelle. I'm so excited.
You and me both.
Katie, I just love from the beginning. I think she's so funny and smart and beautiful. And Michelle, I fell in love with. I feel like she could be my sister. She's African American like me, and she's an educator, which I am as well. And I just think I just really, really appreciated her and her relationship with Matt and how she fell in love with him, and my heart just broke for her. So I'm so excited to see her journey, and Katie's. It's going to be great. Yay.
Yay is right. We're excited. And hey, Melissa, as an educator, thank you for all that you do. Mallory in California, you're up.
Hi, this is Mallory from California. And I wanted to say Michelle and Katie are 2 of the most influential women I've seen on this franchise. They are not proponents of toxicity. They have a healthy outlook on relationships, whether it's romantic or friendship. I think this is a great move. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Love your show. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Mallory. I think this is a great move, too. You're right. They're not all about that toxicity. It's all about love, positive frequencies, and other sorts of frequencies. Hey, folks, come on. Got a lot of buttons I'm pressing right now. I hope you guys enjoy this music and it's not too distracting. A lot of buttons we're pressing. Speaking about pressing buttons, how about that fantasy? All right, folks, here we go. Kristen from Toronto.
Hey, this is Thurston and Ash calling from Toronto, Canada. We just watched your video about the 2 Bachelorettes. We're super excited for Michelle and for Katie. Still holding out hope that we might get some female contestants for Katie for sure. But best of all, we get more Dave Neal content for the rest of the year. Love it, dude. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. You guys are great. Hey, let's go over to Boston and talk to Josh over here in Boston.
Hey, Dave. This is Josh from Boston again. I appreciate all that you're doing. I don't know how long this is going to be, so I'll try to be very fast.
They never
I was
are. They
thinking
never are.
about the conversation that Matt was having with his father. And personally, as a black man, I felt pretty conflicted about the scene. On the one hand, I can get behind what others are saying, that it shouldn't have been aired. It was exploitative. And I don't know, I'm not media savvy, so I don't know all the BS that went on to air the scene. But there was another aspect of it, which the conversation was pretty salient for me, because I was fortunate enough to grow up with my black father, but I still had those same existential thoughts that Matt seemed to have regarding his future, like how is he going to be as a husband, a father, and if he's going to be present or how he's going to be present. And in that way, it's paralyzing him. And even with me, although my father was present, I experienced a nuance of that where I needed my father to teach me some things, but he was unable to, because I was like wading in uncharted waters, like going to graduate school and trying to do different things with my life that he hadn't necessarily experienced. And so to me, the conversation was salient in that way, that like, man, even with the absence of a black father, and I'm sure Matt probably endured a lot of different things than me, but in some capacities, we still experienced, our experiences were similar, our journeys were similar in trying to undo or create a new life for ourselves, that we aren't the same as our fathers in that way. And ultimately, it just brought me to this theme of black fatherhood and it actually being wildly complex, because the black father has to train his son in a twofold manner, in one sense to become a man, and also to prepare his son to endure as a black man. So when that isn't there, I guess there are a bunch of consequences that we can see. I'm not saying this is where Matt was at, but that was just where the conversation, that's what the conversation did for me, or reminded me of. But anyways, all that really to say, we are still 100% team Piper James over here. So Piper, you need to get at your boy. All right.
Piper, you heard the man. Get at your boy. Listen, Josh, you gave me goosebumps talking about that. Very interesting voicemail. Thank you so much for sharing that all with me. You said it's wildly complex, and that's a great way to describe it. And I can't speak for what the experience must be like, but it's, as a father, you one of your jobs is to teach your son how to be a man. And I don't mean that in a toxic masculine. There's a lot of things you want to teach your son and not mess it up. And to not have that there, you're leaving a void for other, sometimes nefarious characters to fill, potentially. And then you bring in the fact that you've got to teach your son how to be a man and how to be a black man in a society that is not where it needs to be. I can't imagine. And that's why we watch the show, because we can relate to these contestants on a level that others, that, you know, it's reality. It's real. That conversation was real. I wish we saw more of it, but that hug was real. That got me big time. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. And let's go over to Arkansas.
Neal, West Jedi, calling from Arkansas.
What up?
Like your little Bachelorette thing. Kudos to Katie. I'm hoping that Michelle will get to travel. Maybe she'll be the first one that gets to travel.
Yeah.
Go all around. You know, everybody's supposed to have their vaccines by then. Could be quite interesting. Maybe somebody from Bachelor in Paradise will jump in on her season. Who knows? But couldn't happen to a nicer person, is what it seems like on TV. So keep up the good work. Appreciate you. Later.
Thank you. From calling in from Arkansas. Yeah, Michelle might be the first one that travels. I don't know, though. I'm not saying we're not getting there in 2021, but I think they might still play it safe, because they're going to have to plan Michelle's season in advance, you know, obviously. So where will we be in July or August? Where will we be as far as traveling goes? Maybe they could like start branching out and not be quarantined. But at the very least, you'd think everyone should be, you know, on the show should be vaccinated and all that. But thank you so much for the phone call. So excited. Anna from Washington.
Dave, my name is Anna, and I'm from Washington. I just watched your video on the new 2 Bachelor spoiler. I think it's great, or Bachelorette, excuse me. I think it's great because, considering the track record, the ladies seem to know what they want better than the guys and actually pick someone who they end up with. So I think this is a great twist.
Thank you so much. I agree. The Bachelorette has a much better track record. I like Bachelorette. I don't know if I like one more than the other, but it obviously is nice to go to switch the pace. Now, some people that are saying that Katie could potentially be having other women as contestants, that would completely change the dynamic in the house. But I'm not against it. Let's see what happens.
Diane calling from California. When it comes to the Bachelor and or the Bachelorette, always expect the unexpected.
Diane from California, keeping it short. I love it when we keep it short. Speaking of short here, what do we got going on over there? Our first we have a 5'3" contestant. By the way, I did want to shout out Katie. Let's see what she's got going on here in the oh, you know what I need to do? If I'm going to play, let's see if I'm going to play her audio, I got to turn this music off. Let's jump over to Katie real quick. Give me a second. I'm working 15 different soundboards here. I got to turn off this elevator music, and then let's see what Katie's got going on here. She's over there at Home Depot. Katie's just like us.
I'm trying to get into this aisle, but I think some shit's about to happen because they've temporarily closed it. It's like the only thing I'm here for is this fucking aisle.
By the way, how dramatic is Home Depot when they're like, shut the aisle down, we gotta replace some toilet paper.
So, I'll just be here waiting.
Katie's waiting. Katie goes to Home Depot too. True allyship demands that it move from conversation to action. Absolutely. Okay, we're not gonna go over the oh, Jesus Christ, I am so sorry about that. I did not. That just blew out my eardrums. I don't know if that blew you guys out. I'm sorry. I was not prepared for how loud that song was. This is interesting, though. Pardon me. I'm going to have to leave that in. Katie, because we shoot it live, folks. Katie posted an appreciation post for Michelle Young. So, it's great that they're both going to be on this journey in 2021. Look at me. I'm already saying that. They're on this journey. But I am happy for both of them. Let's get to your voicemails. Let's go right back into it. All right, here we go. Let's go to Sue Lee calling from Denver, Colorado.
Hi, Dave Neal. It's Sue Lee calling from Denver, Colorado. So we don't really need to even watch The Bachelor anymore because we have you.
No.
So my opinion, we had 2 Bachelorettes last year. So I kind of, with Claire and then Tayshia. So I kind of feel like this is more of that. Not super excited about the shows as of yet, but I'll tell you what, these podcasts are killing it. So, love your show. You're just hilarious.
Well,
see you later.
Thank you so much. And I know this wasn't. I know you're not I know you're not specifically talking about either contestant here, but I will say for the people that have been like, oh, I don't know about Katie, because there's a lot of Puritans that are out there like, oh, God forbid she pleasures herself. You know what I mean? What, you never gone sunbathing and enjoy the afternoon? Well, how's a sex toy any different? You know what I mean, folks? Enjoy it. But it's like, look, let her win you over. She will. Keep an open mind. All right, thank you so much for that call. And that wasn't to you. Of course, you've got an open mind, but to people in general, let's keep an open mind. These women are going to wow you. Here's Lauren calling from Canada.
Dave, it's Lauren calling from Ontario, Canada again. Sorry, I got a little bit jittery and anxious there. So let's try and keep this as quick as possible. It was about the news of Michelle Young becoming the second Bachelorette this year for the second season. Initially, when I saw the news, I was completely over the moon, so excited. I absolutely adore Michelle, so I thought this was going to be incredible. And then I shared a couple of quick comments with Ashley Spivey on Twitter, and I just wanted to bring up a couple of the points that she made. She feels as though this franchise could be making this move to take some of the heat off of Chris Harrison as a distraction, which I do partially agree with. I think that could be a reason, although still extremely excited to see Michelle no matter how it ends up that she gets there. But also, what is the franchise doing to protect the BIPOC and the Black leads? And also the contestants. We've seen Rachel Lindsay have a racist contestant on her season, and then the racist backlash she faced from the fans. We saw Matt James have racist issues surrounding his entire season. So what is the franchise going to do to protect Michelle moving forward, as well as the contestants in the upcoming season? And like Ashley had mentioned in one of her comments, more programming without changes is not a solution. So really looking forward to seeing what the franchise does moving forward to protect the Black and all BIPOC contestants that are on the seasons. I really hope this is a great step forward. Thanks so much. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you so much for the phone call. I really appreciate it. So to get into this, Ashley Spivey, I can't comment on her thoughts. I'm glad she's challenging Bachelor. Obviously, they've dropped the ball in the past. We don't know how they will be going forward. We do know that this is the most criticism and heat that they've ever got, the producers, that is. So we'll have to see what choices they make. Obviously, Michelle, you can't throw her into The Bachelor. If they are going to do a better job of vetting contestants, that does take time. Now, it shouldn't take that much time, but they need to throw more research and more resources into finding out what these contestants are all about. I pulled up the capitalism here because, look, we live in a society where Bachelor producers aren't going to do the right thing without the audience demanding it. Our culture is built on the demand of the audience. So for so long, they coasted on the fact that, all right, 80% of our demographics are white, and so we're just going to keep posting white people. And they were like, yeah, they were safe. And whether it was for racist reasons, whatever the reasons were, in the end, they're just trying to keep their job, deposit their nice paychecks and what have you. I'm not trying to let them off the hook. I'm just saying how it is. So if they made this decision to have Michelle as the second Bachelorette because they're trying to take heat off of Chris Harrison, because they're, trying to appease two different sides of an audience, good. I say all about it because that's all decisions are when they're made. Dr. Seuss, they decide to stop publishing a couple books that might have been racist. Good. That's their decision. Mr. Potato Head decides to go and just call their blanket franchise Potato Head. There's still a Mr. Potato Head. There's still a Mrs. Potato Head. Everything's going to be okay. But these companies have the foresight, or they should at least, to look at where society is and say, let's be inclusive to all. And of course, with Bachelor producers, there is only one normally Bachelorette. Is only normally one Bachelor. So you can't always give everyone everything they want. They found a solution where they can have two different Bachelorettes that are both very much loved, and they can let their seasons play out. And moving forward, yes, we'll keep a very close eye to see what they do behind the scenes as storytellers and not just as figureheads for what the show is. Thank you so much for that phone call. Actually, Spivey has every right to question a lot of things. Absolutely. At the same token, we know this last season was already edited. Chris Harrison was the host of last season. We can't necessarily know what they're going to do moving forward until we see what happens. So we'll keep our eyes peeled and see what happens. Thank you for the phone call.
This is Lauren calling from Ontario, Canada.
Oh, I just played you. All right, let's go to Jennifer calling from New York City.
Hey Dave, this is Jennifer calling from New York City. I'm calling in on the news about Michelle having her own season of The Bachelorette. I'm super excited. She was my second choice if Katie was not The Bachelorette, so I'm really excited that they're both getting their own seasons. My hope is that ABC doesn't screw with her season like the way they have with the BIPOC leads in the franchise. Because with Rachel and Matt, they've had these issues of racism in both their seasons. And with Tayshia, they didn't even give her a full season. So, yeah, hopefully they can not screw this one up. Thanks.
You know what would be great in this? Thank you so much for that phone call. You know what would be great, and this might be putting a lot of burden on people, but it would be nice before Michelle's season to say, hey, Bachelor producers, here's what we would like to see. Less drama, less talk about certain things, more uplifting Michelle of who she is as a person, her identity, where she comes from. Let's not do the conversation that Matt James had with his dad. Let's be a little bit more careful about how we present that. That might be nice to ask people that beforehand, but also by asking the Bachelor to be more inclusive with how they tell their story, you would think that would happen naturally. Thank you so much for the call. Anna.
Hi, Dave. My name is Anna. I'm from New Hampshire, and I'm calling because I am just thrilled that Michelle is going to have her own season.
Woo!
I felt really badly when I knew that she was going to be eliminated. It's so hard when there are just two left and one has to go. And then I was kind of sad about just Katie being the Bachelor because I really like Michelle and I think she's a great person. So wonderful news, and it's just an exciting way to start the day. Bye-bye.
What an exciting time to be alive. Anna from New Hampshire, thank you so much for that phone call. And you know what? If we want to Bachelorettes as a voting constituent of these United States of America, we got to Bachelorette. Okay, I'll stop with that. You guys are going to get so annoyed by the national anthem. All right, Davis in Florida, I just lost you. Davis in Florida, you are up.
Dave, this is Davis from Florida. This is my first time calling, and I'm pretty nervous. But
hi, how are you? Don't be nervous.
I just recently started watching your channel this season of The Bachelor, and I subscribed and everything. And I just want
I lost you.
to say the And I remember when you played her.
We lost you there. Oh no. It looks like we have a bad connection there. I'm so sorry. If you listen to this, call back. It sounds like we cut you out there. I'm so sorry. Your first time calling and we didn't have a good connection. Sorry, I wasn't.
Hi, Dave. It's Melissa in Florida. I just wanted to weigh in on Matt's dad. I actually think it doesn't matter when the conversation happened. Okay. It was just very revealing that Matt got serious abandonment issues. And the first step is, yes, of course, realizing that you're not your dad, but having had a father who cheated on my mother very early in life and disrupted my whole life as a result, I know that that fear of abandonment is very real and that Matt needs serious clinical therapy in order to get over it. And he's just not capable of intimacy until then. And that's why he's at the age that he's at and hasn't had a serious committed relationship despite being so attractive and so successful. So I thought it was the most real part of the season, but very heartbreaking knowing that Matt's just not ready for intimacy. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that call, talking about Matt and his dad, and I appreciate you opening up and sharing. I think that's what's one thing that's so special about the channel that we have here is that people will open up. I'll open up and we can have real conversations. And hopefully Matt watches this back and realizes he has a lot of work he still needs to do. And we all do. We're all just a product of good parenting, bad parenting, and a little everything in between. 2 voicemails left. Let's see. This is the fastest voicemail I've ever seen. Let's see this one.
Hey, Dave. Shout out.
I think she said, "Hey Dave, shout out," or "Hey Dave, shut up." In either instance, I have something special for you.
You cut the crap.
You just cut the crap on that one. Cut the crap. And I think this is our final voicemail, unless one comes in right now.
Hi, Dave. It's me, Alma from New Jersey, and I am so excited with the new twist. Very happy for Katie. She's my hero. Super excited for Michelle. I think she's so sweet. And I think they both will be the most epic of Bachelorette.
Epic is a great way to put it. And speaking of epic, that's not the one I wanted. And speaking of epic, that is a handful of talent, if you know what I mean. All right, guys, look, whenever there's breaking news, I'm going to try to do like voicemails so we can have these fun conversations. If I didn't get to your voicemail, it looks like one more just came in 2 minutes ago. If I don't get to your voicemail, I'll try to play them live on my Thursday 4 p.m. live stream. Let's go to our final voicemail here. And thank you guys so much for contributing.
Hi, it's Anjali. I'm calling from California. I love your content. And I wanted to say that I think this twist is going to be great. I've loved Michelle all season, and Katie seems to be great as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Thanks again for all your hard work.
Well,
all right, bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Angela. I really appreciate. Is it Anjali?
Hi, it's Anjali.
Anjali. Thank you. What a beautiful name you have there, Anjali. Thank you so much. And to everybody who called, thank you guys so much. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Let's keep our eyes open. Let's keep our heart open. I appreciate everyone calling in. Josh, thank you so much for sharing your story. And also, I'm sorry, I don't have the name right here, but our other friend who just called in sharing her story about abandonment issues. You've got us. We are here for you. And as you said, again, no mention of me or no claim to be a therapist. I'm just a bloke talking about issues here and trying to smile when we can. And please, for anyone who needs help out there, there are people that want to listen to your issues. There are people that can help you. You're not alone. We always feel like we're alone. You're not alone. We've got a nice community here. And I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. More content to come. If anything else breaks, you guys know where to find it. Thank you guys. We'll see you all later. Bye now.